I'm here today with members of the Westchester County Board of Legislators, with our Deputy County Executive Ken Jenkins, and with leaders of our Health Department and also our Environmental Facilities Department, provided to us electronically, to talk about a piece of legislation that was passed 6 months ago by the Board of Legislators. It was the brainchild of my two colleagues who are here, Legislator Erica Pierce and Legislator Nancy Barr, who serves as the board's vice chair. And in their process of coming up with a law that will reduce the amount of plastic waste products that we have in our waste stream, we are looking at doing something again that goes down on the list of important environmental initiatives.
Hi, I'm Lou Vitrone, Deputy Commissioner of the Westchester County Department of Environmental Facilities. Did you know that each year an estimated 40 billion plastic food utensils end up in the waste stream in the U.S. alone? Even those that are thrown in the curbside recycling bin often do not get recycled. These items are so small and narrow that they fall through conveyor belts and recycling equipment and are unable to be processed, ending up in the trash.
We try to encourage people to not need a takeaway cup, and if we do, it's compostable.
We have 3 stores here, Stanford and Westport, so between the 3 stores, probably going through a few cases each week of plasticware.
Fortunately, Westchester County is taking action to reduce the amount of single-use plastic foodware and condiment packets that end up in the garbage. Under new legislation, food service establishments can no longer provide single-use plastic foodware or condiment packets unless specifically requested by a customer. This pertains to plastic forks, knives, spoons, chopsticks, beverage lids and beverage sleeves, as well as condiment packets.
At first, I think, we'll get a few calls about, I don't have a fork to eat my salad. We could explain to people. I think in the long run, people appreciate that. People like doing their part.
Educate our customers about their own single use here and that they don't really need that fork or spoon or knife.
Food service establishments will be required to clearly post legible signs indicating that single-use plastic foodware and condiment packets are available upon request only. The law also prohibits food service establishments from distributing plastic single-use beverage stirrers and splash sticks. The law takes effect in September of 2023 and is in effect whether a customer is ordering in person, online, over the telephone, or through a delivery app. Inspectors from the Department of Health and the Department of Environmental Facilities will work with food service establishments to ensure compliance with this new law.
Here at the bakery, we want to make sure that we are investing our money in our products back into our flour, our fruits and vegetables, working with a local farm, not into things like plastic cups or spoons or knives or plates.
If we can help with cutting down on waste, I'm all about that. Save some money and save the environment, both good things.
Thank you for your cooperation, and together, let's keep Westchester green.
Both the administration and the Board of Legislators have made a commitment to advance environmental policy. Some of it looks like budgetary and financial commitments, such as the conversion of our bus fleet from diesel to electric. It also manifests itself in our efforts working with local governments for food scrap recycling to move food scraps out of the stream of garbage and put them into a recycling composting situation. We saw just within the last month a setup being done in the city of White Plains at their site with the county's assistance. Those actions reduce the amount of waste in Westchester County, the amount that we generate, the amount that we submit to the Wheelabrator facility. And we're trying, and this legislation is another step in that direction, to reduce the overall waste footprint of Westchester County. And it encompasses laws and it encompasses policies and things that can work in harmony with both of those two things. I might also add that the Board of Legislators are working on 4 other pieces of environmental legislation. When they have completed their review of them and modifications, I'm sure there'll be some announcements about that. We expect some of those bills will pass during the course of the next few months. And that represents, with this as a lead agent, a significant legislative agenda of environmental protection. You may recall a year ago that Westchester and all of New York State went to the polls to vote on the Environmental Bond Act. And Westchester residents, by a very large percentage, 70% to 30% in general numbers, voted for money to be set aside to help us do environmental programs and projects over and above the things we're doing now. So having a significant piece of environmental legislation pass into law, and knowing that there are a couple more in the pipeline that will come through hopefully soon, that I think makes it very clear that this government is committed to reducing our waste and improving our environment in all of these different areas. The purpose of our work is not to enforce the law to punish. It's to enforce the law to get compliance. What we want is compliance. We don't want these products out there so they then have to try to be disposed of by garbage. We want people to comply because there's a good reason to do it. And so we don't begin the enforcement process looking punitively to try to assess a fine or to try to shout out on somebody. And we think that the businesses, to the extent that they understand that the law exists and that it's a good law, they'll see that they will spend less money purchasing products that aren't required for them to purchase. So we think it is a win-win, and I want to, again, Erica and Nancy have constructed it as a win-win, and that is what our enforcement is going to be. So before people say, oh, there they go, another law, big bad government telling us what to do, it's quite the opposite. This is government using its rational decision-making process to make something happen that's good for businesses, good for consumers, and good for the environment.